How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just wanted to come on here for a while and give him a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite from last night, which was June 1st, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was CM Punk and FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler versus Max Caster and the Gun Club, which are Colton and Austin Gunn. That was a great match, but the ending to it, CM Punk and FTR went over cause Dax Harwood pinned Austin Gunn with a GTS Big Rig combination from CM Punk, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. Now, before the match, after CM Punk and FTR came out, after CM Punk, before the match, after CM Punk and FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, came out, Max Caster and the Gun Club, which are Colton and Austin Gunn, came out, followed by Billy Gunn of the Gun Club and Anthony Bowens of the Acclaimed. Well, Max Caster done a rap on CM Punk and FTR. Austin Gunn said San Diego, Colton Gunn said Sacramento, and then Anthony Bowens said, "You idiots, it goes like this. Los Angeles, the Acclaimed have arrived." And then Anthony Bowens was getting the crowd started, saying, "Give it up for the Ass Boys." And the crowd was chanting Ass Boys, and Anthony Bowens kept repeating Ass Boys, and so did the crowd and everything, before the match started. That was cool. And after the match, CM Punk cut a promo talking about how he has a lot of work to do, and now that he's the AEW World Champion, he's gonna continue to be the best in the world and everything. And then Dax Harwood was talking about how professional wrestling is his life and everything, and talked about how his wife and his daughter were in attendance and how they mean more to him than professional wrestling, and how he was honored to be teaming with his best friend Cash Wheeler and being the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. And Dax Harwood was also talking about how him and Cash are willing to fight anybody and put the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles on the line and everything. And then CM Punk was talking about how New Japan Pro Wrestling and how AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling are having the special event of the Forbidden Door and everything. And CM Punk CM Punk issued a challenge to anybody in the New Japan Pro Wrestling locker room and everything. And then Hiroshi Tanahashi came out, and CM Punk and Hiroshi Tanahashi stared each other down. CM Punk was in the ring, Hiroshi Tanahashi was on stage. And FTR was along with CM Punk and everything. That was cool. And that was after the match, by the way. Match 2, it was Miro versus Johnny Elite. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Miro went over with the game over. Now, before the match, as Johnny Elite came out, Miro cut a promo talking about how his God tried to overrule him, and how he's breaking the rules because his heart's broken, his soul's broken, and he's out to to fight the Pagans, the Cowboys, the Elites, and everything. And Miro talked about how he was the Redeemer and everything as well. That was cool. That was before the match. That was before the match started and everything, because Miro came out after he cut a promo and everything. That was cool. That was match 2, by the way. Match 3, it was Hikuleo, the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, and Red Dragon, which are Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, versus Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, Darby Allin, and the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. That was a great match, but the ending to it, the Young Bucks, Red Dragon, and Hikuleo went over cause Matt Jackson pinned Jungle Boy with the Meltzer driver from Matt and Nick Jackson. That was match 4, by the way. Match 5, it was Wardlow versus J.D. Drake. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Wardlow went over with the Powerbomb Symphony. Well, after the match, Tony Schiavone interviewed Wardlow, and Tony Schiavone said to Wardlow, I know this has been said a lot, but you are all elite. And before Tony Schiavone, before Wardlow could get a word in, Mark Sterling and a bunch of security guards came out, and Mark Sterling had a microphone and cut a promo and said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Tony, hit the bricks." And then Mark Sterling said, "Wardlow, you pig. These security guards here, they're out here with me. Because I'm here to tell you right now, you're getting sued. And not by me because I'm a lawyer, but by one of the security guards that you beat up really bad." And Mark Sterling sent one of the security guards in there in the ring with lawsuit papers and everything, and so that security guard went in the ring and everything. Well, before the security guard came in, Wardlow said he's not all elite, and then but the security guard came in, gave Wardlow the court papers and everything, and then Wardlow opened it up, and Mark Sterling kept running it, and Mark Sterling said to Wardlow, "I'll see you in court." And then Wardlow ended up executing a power bomb to the security guard in the ring and laid him out. And then Wardlow took the court papers, ripped them up, and put them in the mouth of the security guard he executed the power bomb to. And Mark Sterling and the other security guards were looking on and everything. That was cool. That was after the match, by the way. Match 5, it was Ruby Soho and Toni Storm versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Ruby Soho and Toni Storm went over cause Ruby Soho pinned Britt Baker with the Destination Unknown. Now after the match, as Ruby Soho and Toni Storm were celebrating their... Well, after the match, Ruby Soho, as Ruby Soho and Tony Storm were celebrating their victory, Jamie Hayter came into the ring and attacked Tony Storm, laying her out with the Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament in the women's division title, Britt Baker's Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament title, and laid her out. And then Britt Baker held Ruby Soho by her leg, and Jamie Hayter struck Ruby Soho with the Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament title and laid her out. And so Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter ended up standing tall and everything. That was cool. And that was after the match, by the way. And that was match 5, by the way. And match 6, which was the main event, it was Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia. That was a great match. But the ending to it, Jon Moxley went over with the Bulldog choke. Well, after the match, because Chris Jericho tried to intervene before the match ended, tried to interfere, but Eddie Kingston came out and beat and fought with Chris Jericho. So after the match, Eddie Kingston continued to beat the shit out of Chris Jericho and everything, and then as Eddie Kingston got off Chris Jericho pulled Daniel Garcia out of the ring, and Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia were on stage while Eddie Kingston went in the ring with Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley got on the microphone and cut a promo saying, "You know, Eddie, you are hard to love, but god damn it, if you want blood and guts, I'm in it. Then sign me up, because I will do blood and guts along with you and everything." That was cool. Well, after Jon Moxley cut his promo, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston stood tall in the ring while Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia were on stage looking on and everything. That was cool. And that was after the match, by the way. Now, besides the matches, MJF came out and cut a promo talking about how he was in a lot of pain after the beating he took from Wardlow at Double or Nothing, and talked about how he don't want to be in AEW anymore, and how Tony Khan was a fucking mark, and talked about how Tony Khan don't deserve to run a wrestling promotion, that he deserves to be behind the guardrail just like all the other fans, and talked about how the fans' opinions suck, and how they're a bunch of internet marks and everything, and MJF talked about how he was underappreciated and underpaid in AEW, and talked about how Tony Khan hires all these ex-WWE superstars and pays them more than him, and it talks about how how if he was an ex-WWE superstar, would Tony Khan treat him good and everything. And then MJF started going off and cussing out Tony Khan, calling him a fucking mark, and demanded Tony Khan to fire him and everything. And then MJF's microphone got cut off, and it faded to, and it went to black and everything. That was cool. The Jericho Appreciation Society, which are Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker, came out and cut a promo, and as the crowd was singing along to Judas by Fozzy, Chris Jericho said, "All right, that's enough. Because you people here in Los Angeles, California, don't deserve to sing my theme song, so shut your mouths." And then Angelo Parker was saying, "Yeah, because the Jericho Appreciation Society, we survived anarchy in the arena and we came out on top. So appreciate us. Then Matt Menard, that was Angelo Parker that said that, by the way. And Matt Menard got on the microphone and cut a promo and was saying, yeah, at Double or Nothing, the Jericho Appreciation Society, we came out on top, and we're always gonna be on top. And we survived the pain, and we put the pain on Eddie Kingston, on the Blackpool Combat Club, and on Santana and Ortiz, and everything. And then Chris Jericho was saying, and you know what? Eddie Kingston is a trash human being because he tried to set me on fire. And what man sets another man on fire? And Eddie Kingston is nothing but a damn lunatic. And also Bryan Danielson is so damn stupid that he thought, and I quote, at the end of the night, I'm going to kick Chris Jericho's fucking head in. And guess what happened? Jake Hager and I choked him out, and he's not here tonight. Because, and just like Cool Hand and Daddy Magic said, the Jericho Appreciation Society came out on top. Because sports entertainers are always going to come out on top against pro wrestlers and everything. And then William Regal and Eddie Kingston came out, and Eddie Kingston was saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Chris, now I've heard enough. But I'm going to say that, but there's a lot I'm going to say. But Mr. Regal, take it away. What is it you want to say? Take it away. William Regal said, blood and guts. Then William Regal walked backstage, and then Eddie Kingston was saying, you know, I haven't heard from Mox since Sunday. Bryan Danielson doesn't like me. And I heard from Monkey, which is Ortiz. But I'm here to say right now, I'll take all of you on by myself. And Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho declined the offer to do blood and guts. So, Eddie Kingston went down to fight the Jericho Appreciation Society, but Chris Jericho sicked Jake Hager, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker on Eddie Kingston, so they got out of the ring, and they all three ganged up on Eddie Kingston, beating the shit out of him. And as that was going on, Ortiz came out with the handball, and Chris Jericho turned around. Ortiz whacked Chris Jericho in the face with the mad ball, and as Chris Jericho was laid out, Ortiz got a pair of scissors and cut Chris Jericho's hair, and as that was going on, Jake Hager, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker came into the ring, and Ortiz retreated, and then Eddie Kingston and Ortiz went on stage and looked on and everything, and then Chris Jericho got up, and Chris Jericho cut a promo saying, and Chris Jericho was saying, what the hell just happened? Ortiz, you son of a bitch, you cut my hair. My hair is worth more than you. But since you cut my hair and you all want blood and guts, well, you got it. But under one condition. Ortiz, I want you in a hair versus hair match. Because I am going to shave your head bald. And I'm going to make you look like an idiot. and after and if I and so hair versus hair, and also to answer your question with blood and guts, you're on and everything. And so the Jericho Appreciation Society and Eddie Kingston and Ortiz stared each other down and everything. That was cool. AEW aired a video package of Alex Marvez interviewing Samoa Joe after Double or Nothing. And Alex Marvez asked Samoa Joe how his shoulder was. Samoa Joe was saying his shoulder was fine, and before Samoa Joe could talk anymore, Jay Lethal came along and and a brawl between Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal ensued, with Jay Lethal getting the best of Samoa Joe, and as that was going on, Satnam Singh came along and held Samoa Joe down, and Jay Lethal started beating the shit out of Samoa Joe, and then Sanjay Dutt came along with a steel chair and attacked Samoa Joe with it, and then Jay Lethal took Samoa Joe and threw him into the wall, and Samoa Joe was laid out and then Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh left and everything. That was cool. Lexi Nair interviewed Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland along with Swerve Strickland's friends, and Lexi Nair was asking Swerve Strickland how Lexi Nair brought up that Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland came close to winning the AEW Tag Team titles at Double or Nothing, and asked them how they were feeling. Well, Swerve Strickland introduced his friends that were with him and Keith Lee, which I forgot his friends' names, and then Swerve Strickland was making basketball references, talking about how Jerry West was great and how Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal were great and everything. And then Keith Lee was saying what Swerve was trying to say is those three basketball players he named all came to glory. And once we win the AEW Tag Team titles, everyone will swerve in our glory and everything. That was cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Athena, and Tony Schiavone welcomed Athena to AEW and everything, and then Athena was saying, you know, I'm happy to finally say this, Tony, because Athena is all elite. And my plans for me being an AEW, streaks are made to be broken. And Jade Cargill, I will end your streak. And I will beat your ass and become the second ever TBS Women's Champion. And as Athena kept talking, Jade Cargill, as Athena kept talking, the baddies, which are Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan. As Athena kept talking, the baddies, which are Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, and Kiera Hogan, along with Stokely Hathaway, came out. Jade Cargill said, Tony, cut the shit. And Jade Cargill was saying, everybody says that they're this and they're that, but I am the only one that can say, I am that bitch. And this man here with me right now is the best talker in the game. Stokely, take it away. So Stokely Hathaway got the microphone and was saying, Athena girl, you just had to come out at Double or Nothing and ruin our moment. you stuck your business where it doesn't belong. And if you think you're going to take out Jade Cargill and win the TBS women's title, then you're sadly mistaken, girl. Because Jade Cargill is a goddess. Jade Cargill is a queen. And she will dismantle everyone that comes in her way. And she will forever be the TBS Women's Champion. And everything, and then, and so Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, and Kiera Hogan were getting ready to gang up on Athena, but Anna Jay came out to even the odds a little bit. Then Chris Statlander came out to even the odds. So all 6 women of Athena, Anna Jay, Chris Statlander, Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, and Kiera Hogan had a stare down and were arguing, and Stokely Hathaway called out the security. So the referees and the coaches and the security came out to intervene and break things up between all 6 women of Athena, Anna Jay, Chris Statlander, Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, and Kiera Hogan before it escalated any further and everything. And Stokely Hathaway said thank you and everything. That was cool. And Lexi Nair interviewed Dan Lambert. And Lexi Nair interviewed Dan Lambert and Men of the Year, which are Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Lexi Nair was talking about how Men of the Year and Paige Van Zant beat Frankie Kazarian, Sammy Guevara, and Ty Conti at Double or Nothing, and Lexi Nair asked Dan Lambert how everyone was feeling. Well, Dan Lambert was saying, you know, Lexi, I'm feeling great. Scorpio is feeling great. All Ego Ethan Page is feeling great. But as much as I want to say this, I don't like Dante Martin, but if he keeps on doing what he's doing in 2 years, he will be at the same level of Scorpio Sky. And I can promise you that. And everything. And then Ethan Page was saying, Dante, if you're still in this company in 2 years, Dan's right. But right now, you're in 2 days, bud. And then Scorpio Sky was saying, Dante, you really want to fight me for the AEW TNT title? Well, you got it. But you don't stand a chance against me. You are not in my league. And you will fall victim to me. And everything. And then Dante Martin came along and said, Scorpio Sky, yes, I do want to fight you for the AEW TNT title. And I will prove to you just how damn good I am, and I will take the AEW TNT title away from you. And everything, and then Dante Martin left while Dan Lambert, Lexi Nair, while Lexi Nair, Dan Lambert, and Men of the Year, which are Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, were looking on and everything. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. Adam Cole done guest commentary along with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur during the match between the Young Bucks, Red Dragon, and Hikuleo versus the Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, and Darby Allin. Adam Cole done great on guest commentary, and William Regal and Chris Jericho done guest commentary, along with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur during the match between Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia. William Regal and Chris Jericho done great on guest commentary. The referees for the event were Rick Knox, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, Stephon Smith, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between CM Punk and FTR versus Max Caster and the Gun Club. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Miro versus Johnny Elite. Rick Knox refereed the match between the Young Bucks, Red Dragon, and Hikuleo versus the Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, and Darby Allin. Stephon Smith refereed the match between Wardlow versus J.D. Drake. Paul Turner refereed the match between Ruby Soho and Tony Storm versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And Bryce Remsburg, that was Paul Turner, by the way, and Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card that's been announced for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite next week, it's going to be Hangman Page versus David Finlay. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite so far that's been announced next week looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. Looking forward to it. And the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night that's been announced so far, it's going to be Scorpio Sky versus Dante Martin for the AEW TNT title. The Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, versus the Lucha Brothers, which are Rey Fenix and Penta Oscuro, and Athena versus Kiera Hogan. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite from last night, which was June 1st, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.